Shalom Alechem, and welcome to the adventures of YHWHY. I'm Yochanan, Mr. Vance of YHWHY. And, well, apparently the topic of my studies for this Shabbat morning at the confluence of the waters. I have been going through the famous words of fathers unto their sons. And we've just finished up the book of Sirach, which was written ben Sirach Yasha, or the son of Sirach and the wisdom thereof. This is a common theme of fathers speaking instructions. Most of the Mishlei, the Proverbs, are written in this double-edged sword, to the wise son, ... and to the wicked foolish, ... It's the mizmor, the parables that the ruach speaks. So I want you to think about that, along with the other recordings and all of the instructions that you've had from the scriptures. And this comes from the words of Hanak, or Enoch, and it will tell you to who it is addressed and to his sons, and we are from the sons of Shem, Ham, and Japheth through Noah, and through Enoch, and through Methuselah, etc. So we're going to start, and this is something that I really despise, because I think you should take a text in its full context, starting in chapter 1 and ending at the end of the book, without interruption. We're going to start in chapter 9d of the book of Hanak. And now, my son Methuselah, call to me all your brethren, and assemble for me all the children of your mother, for a voice calls me, and the ruach is poured out upon me, that I may show you everything which shall happen to you forever. Le'olam va'ed. Then Methuselah went, called to him all his brethren, and assembled his kindred, and conversing with all his children in truth, said, Shema, hear, my children, every word of your father, and listen in uprightness to the voice of my mouth, for I would gain your attention while I address you. My beloved, be attached to integrity, and walk in it. Approach not integrity with a double heart, nor be associated with the double-minded men, but walk, my children, in zadakness, in righteousness, which will conduct you in good paths. And let truth be your companion, for I know that oppression will exist and prevail on earth, that on earth great punishment shall in the end take place, and that there shall be a consummation of all iniquity, which shall be cut off from its root, and every fabric shall pass away. Iniquity, however, shall again be renewed and consummated on earth. Every act of crime and every act of oppression and impiety shall be a second time embraced. When therefore iniquity, sin, blasphemy, tyranny, and every work shall increase, and transgression, impiety, and uncleanness also shall increase upon them, all shall great punishment be inflicted from the Shamayim, the heaven. The Kodesh Yahweh shall go forth in wrath, and upon them shall fear great punishment from heaven be inflicted. The Kodesh Yahweh shall go forth in wrath, and with punishment, that he may execute judgment upon earth. In those days oppression shall be cut off from its roots, and iniquity with fraud shall be eradicated. Perishing from under heaven, all the idols of the nations shall be surrendered with its inhabitants. With fire shall it be burnt. They shall be brought from every part of the earth, and be cast into a judgment of fire. They shall perish in wrath, and by a judgment overpowering them forever. Zadakness shall be raised up from slumber, and Chochma, wisdom, shall be raised up and conferred upon them. Then shall the roots of the iniquity be cut off. Sinners perish by the sword, and blasphemers be annihilated everywhere. Those who meditate oppression, and those who blaspheme by the sword shall perish. And now, my children, I will describe and point out to you the path of zadakness and the path of oppression. I will again point them out to you, that you may now know what is to come. Shema, hear now, my children, and walk in the path of zadakness, but shun that of oppression. For all who walk in the path of iniquity shall perish forever. Chapter 91. That which is written by Hanak, he wrote all this instructions of wisdom for every man of dignity, and every judge of the earth. For all my children who shall dwell upon the earth, and for subsequent generations, conducting themselves uprightly and peaceably. Let not your ruach be grieved on account of the times, for the Kodesh, the great echad, the great one, has prescribed a period to all. Let the zadak man arise from slumber. Let him arise and proceed in the path of righteousness, the zadak yashar, in all its paths. And let him advance in goodness and eternal clemency. Mercy, chesed, shall be shown to the righteous, the zadak man. Upon him shall be conferred integrity and power forever. In goodness and in zadakness shall he exist, and shall walk in everlasting light. But sin shall perish in eternal darkness, nor be seen from that time forward forevermore. Leolam va'ed. I hope you enjoyed this. I've always enjoyed the book of Hanak, particularly when I found the Kodesh restored names versions. I do recommend the Aleph Tav Sefer that has all of these books in, and they're adding many of the ones that are found in the caves of Qumran, who were not from the Obscenes, but that was the Kodesh library, that the last librarian was the voice crying out from the wilderness. Yes, Yochanan, the immerser from the caves of Qumran. And the book of Hanak was one of the books that had more fragments than the others. Hanak was our ancestor, whether you realize it or not. We have a common ancestry, and that is in Yeshua Messiah.